And because we've spoken about this, and I love that projected DMs are a whole different thing than anyone else's energy type DMs. I don't know. It's so funny. Like every projector I speak to that's visible online, which you are, attracts so many DMs. And I even notice myself, like I mainly interact with projector content because there is something about your aura. It's an invitation. You show up, it's like an invitation. It's like, I want to comment on that. I want to share. I want to react. It's like, but then I feel like we've joked, I feel like my manifestor aura has like resting bitch face, and it's like a whole different thing where people are like, I won't bother her. I won't interrupt whatever she's doing. Like, I think it's like such an energetic thing that we can feel. And I know that understanding that has actually changed how you've structured your business to get support so that you can really nourish those connections and that community in the DMs as well.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's the thing, like I'm an energy projector too, so I'm not your typical
you got a lot of little things
like,
going on.
Kind of projector. I've got a lot of energy, so I'm just go by nature. And what I learned is what the hardest thing is slowing down and taking a step back and resting, because I have more energy and I go, I can burn out, and that burnout lasts the same amount as my go energy. Whereas like other projectors, because my partner's what do you call them? Like a projector that doesn't have a lot of energy. He's a mental projector.
Right.
He always snoozes every day. And sometimes I'm like, why are you sleeping? Like, no, like I can and I've just learned to manage that. And one thing is, when I first started my business, it was all about community. It was all about community. I always wanted to be the girl that influencer business, whatever it was, because I didn't even know. I kind of just got put into this leader role, to be honest. Like I just started posting cute little clips and then self-love blogs, and then here I am. And my one thing was, I never want to be one of those online girls that didn't have time to reply, because that happened to me. And I looked up to this one girl and I really, really loved her work, and she just gave me the rudest answer. And I thought, nah, this needs to change, because we're all just the same. We're all just people that started with zero, and then some of us just grow quicker. And I think we forget that. And I think we forget that the person that's watching you and looking up to you is just another person, and you need to be grateful for that. And I think that my biggest key is community, value. That's something I always live by, because it's how I would want to be treated. So when my account grew and my business just took off, I got really overwhelmed with the DMs. And then I realized I was a projector, and I was like, holy moly, I could do one story and I'll get like 20 different messages on that one story, usually asking what I'm wearing, and I forget to tag. But I've had to hire a virtual assistant to really help me in my customer support emails, help me run the membership, and do all the she does all my blogging, my admin work. She does so much for me. And now she's in my DMs helping me, because I feel guilty that I can't get to everyone, and I know that you can't when you grow. But one of my values is community, and that's been a huge help, because I'm able to rest and get more creative and be more playful. So I've noticed that my stories lately have been more of a vibe, that I like to say, because I'm not doing the busy work. Yeah. I'm now being that eagle. As they say that we are meant to guide.
Eagle over the field, just flying and soaring. I love that so much. And that's like, on this morning about this is like, what point do you bring somebody in for that support? Because it's such a thing, I think, when you are, a one-woman show for so long, it can be that real, like, when do I bring in support and when do I relinquish control? And especially bringing people into your community and, sharing in the DMs and getting them to be involved in that way. You've got to have the right person. But I feel like it is so important to have support as you grow. And often it's like we need to bring that support in before we think we need it.
100% before you need it. I wish I got a virtual, and it's so funny, I used to listen to podcast episodes like this, and they'd be like, I wish I got a VA before anything. No, I'm telling you now, get it before, honestly, and get a good one that you can pay well as well, because they're not just a team member, they're not a staff member, they become part of the team, they're part of the brand. Yeah. And they become a sisterhood as well. That's how I like to do it, and my VA has become a really good friend, and she just goes beyond for me, but that's the energy I attract, that's who I am as well for her. So get support beforehand, because the last thing you want is to blow up because of a reel or a TikTok or something, or someone picks up your brand and then you're left handling all these inquiries, handling all these DMs, and then you don't have time for yourself and family. So the first thing is definitely get support. And letting go.
Yeah.
You've got to trust.
I think that's actually a really good point, is to think about preparing. Like, I think sometimes we always prepare for failure, or prepare for what could go wrong, or that, that criticism, or, the offer not selling. And we prepare for all these things, but we never really prepare for, like, what if your ship blows up overnight? And one of my good friends, she said, like, what if Rihanna promoted your service or something overnight and you woke up and your business had gone like boom? Like, how would you prepare for that?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes, like, we get so bogged down in preparing for the failures and the challenges and the obstacles and the hurdles and what if it doesn't work, that we never think, like, what if it surpasses our wildest dreams? What does that look like? And how can we actually gain support for that? And like, how can we prepare for that? What does that look like? And I think that's such an exciting prospect to plan for, like, huge exploding success, because your account has grown really quickly and it continues to grow really quickly. And I know that even when you come offline, like, your community is still growing and evolving because, you've really, I think, brought your authenticity and, like you said, really positioned your community at the forefront. And that's such a huge thing for me as well. I am a real stickler for, like, responding to every single comment, every single DM, unless it's spam, obviously.
Those, like, what are those sugar daddy messages?
Oh my God, I literally got a sugar daddy message this week and I was like, I'm set. No, just kidding.
It's true.
Yeah, what's the arrangement? No. But I feel like, and I actually get very little spam and things like that as well, which I'm really grateful for. But I think that
it's your resting bitch face.
The literally.
Spam doesn't even come either.
Literally, even the spam is scared of me. Guys, I'm not scary. Send me a DM today. I swear to God, I'll answer.
You'll get all the spam now.
Literally, oh my God. But I honestly, like, have really observed that with the energy types, and, like, I think that that is such a value of mine as well, is community, and I love that is a value of yours, and that you've really built this beautiful, thriving community with, so many members as well. And they do get such a high level of service and experience. And every time I watch your story, I'm like, if I even didn't know you in the context that I now know you, I would just be like, oh, this is my BFF online. Like, you really do bring such a personal aspect to it.
Yeah.
So now that you understand, like, as a projector, like, the key to your success is really being visible in your genius, like, what have you now learned about how that success has come to you?
Yeah, definitely mindset is a big thing. So we're always learning, always learning and living the learnings. And I think that, like you said earlier, we get so caught up in the what if this fails. I don't believe that things fail. I believe everything leads you to success. And I don't have those words in my mind. I am always thinking, what is the best case scenario? What is the best case scenario? And what is the best case scenario for my clients, for my audience? It's never about me. It's them first, my team, then me. Because that's how I would want to be treated if I was a client. And the biggest thing with being a projector, I think, slowing down a little bit more and realizing that I do give a lot. And sometimes I find that I go on to these rants where I will share a lot of tips and tricks and a lot of energy, and I'll actually not get the results in terms of sales or sign-ups or comments or DMs when I'm actually doing the less work itself. So I have taken the weekend off because I went for a wedding and I gained 400 new followers just from 2 days. And I think it's just because I'm just putting the content out there and then letting it simmer and letting people come into my energy, taking in what they need to. I think that's what it is. And I think that's the biggest thing, whereas, like, keeping up with, sometimes I used to not believe in myself and I used to just do more. And understanding that you have to believe in yourself and you have to believe in, like, your design, and you just have to, like, implement it and try different things and see what works for you is the biggest, greatest success tip. Is just being yourself and loving your work.
Yeah,
I think they feel that energy as well. You got to live it and breathe. Like, I genuinely believe and I know that my work is thebomb.com because I made it, and then, like, I wear the pieces, I do the work as well, and I get them involved, I ask them questions. And I think that that's the biggest thing is, again, put community first, be on yourself, and you will succeed.
Totally.